Live E3 coverage in partnership with MMOExaminer. I'm here with my good friend Jeremy Moore, and we are
Hello.
going to be watching the EA Play live conference starting in a mere 5 minutes. So that's
How
pretty exciting.
exciting.
Yep. Just want to give a quick shout out to two of our partners, DL Compare and Multicast TV. And that's the shout out. So
Shout outs over, guys.
Yep.
Sorry.
All right. So yeah, basically, I don't know. This is something kind of new for EA. It's kind of separate, I think, a little bit from how they normally do EA or E3 conferences. So yeah, I mean, we're all kind of going into this blind, but I think we're gonna have a good time. Um, don't know what our delay is looking like, but if anybody wants to engage with, the chat, we'll be glad to sort of discuss things. We're going to try to keep
Absolutely.
it a little bit quiet while the stream is happening, and so it's mostly just going to be us sort of reacting to what we see. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. Last year's E3, I know EA had some pretty big titles that they showcased. One of them, which hasn't come out yet, and I think is going to be kind of a big deal at this event, is Mass Effect Andromeda, which is the first Mass Effect game since the epic conclusion of the original trilogy, and yeah, so that's one that's coming out that's pretty exciting. And then we also they came out with Star Wars Battlefront, and while that game had a lot of hype leading up to its launch, there was a little bit of a sort of trickling out of noise.
It wasn't necessarily, I mean, not to say that it was a bad game, but it just didn't really have enough qualities and mechanics and features to keep people gripped and still
Yeah.
playing. Like, a great multiplayer game should still have a big community 10 years after it launches, and
Absolutely.
Battlefront just didn't have that going for
Yeah.
it. It had a few things. I think that really the biggest thing that counted against it isn't even the way that they structured upgrades or the fact that some of the weapons were crazy overpowered or that the maps weren't that great. I think that it really comes down to the fact that there was just really no communication ability in the game.
And I mean, if you're going to be in a team setting, not being able to communicate has to be a mechanic. It can't be a lack of a feature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're not going to talk to your teammate, it has to be something like Journey, where it's structured, where you can only talk with one thing, and you're just sort of having this voiceless adventure. But this is a not necessarily competitive, but like a strategic, team-based, multiplayer, first-person shooter, and you can't talk to your team. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Hold on, I just lost my window here.
You gotta get that window back, man. If you don't have it, it's all for naught.
Yeah.
It's all lost.
What have we even been working
What has
towards?
this all been for if I can't scuba?
Ugh, goodness. Okay. Chill out there, bud. We're gonna fix that right up.
I'd like to apologize to anyone and everybody watching the stream for my webcam. It's either running at 60 frames per second or 3 frames per second. And today we got it on an off day.
Okay, Chrome is really having a hard time right now.
It's because it knows that we're streaming.
Yep.
It doesn't want to help.
It's like, hey, I heard this is actually one of the most important days for you right now. So, I'm going to treat it as such and just not.
And just stop functioning entirely.
Okay, let's try again.
This EA waiting music is tight.
Oh, absolutely.
This is
It
very
is
nice. I like
vibing.
this a lot.
Feeling it. I'm actually gonna have our own little thing happening here, so I can keep eyes on the stream while also keeping eyes on our stream. Ooh.
That's what I've got here. Kids, if you ever want to get into streaming, get yourself 2 monitors. That's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
That's the way that the pros operate. Oh, It's almost go time. Very
Yeah,
excited.
I'm pretty excited. I mean, yeah, obviously, like in my retrospective series, I said that the one that I'm looking forward to the most is Sony's because they really blew it out of the water last year.
They really,
And
really did.
Monday's kind of the big day for press conferences because that's when Microsoft and Sony are going, and if anybody's going to be talking about what's coming from a general perspective, it's them. But like this is a good way to sort of get into the groove of like the press conference culture, and I don't think there are two companies better for that than EA and Bethesda because they have some of the most versatile libraries out of any of the third
I
party
would
companies.
say especially EA. I mean, like,
Yeah.
typically Bethesda games are, I mean, they're either Fallout or they're Skyrim, and they're always role playing games. But
Yeah.
especially with EA, we're gonna have a lot of different bases covered with
Oh,
this.
absolutely. Yeah. And I felt that way about Ubisoft too, which is why it's nice that they're like smack dab in between Microsoft and Sony.
Hmm.
So you get a little bit of cooldown, and then start talking about more of the third party side of things. And that's also good because, Nintendo being as enigmatic as they are, which is like the only word I can use to describe their decision making, especially this year, you
Yeah.
know, it's nice to see other companies talking about games coming out for Nintendo consoles because Nintendo won't do it sometimes.
I
So,
mean, someone's gotta.
yeah, I remember like a couple of years ago, Ubisoft had their press conferences and they were like, here's this weird Marvel fighting game. And they're like, and it's coming out for Wii U. And I was like, what did you just say?
Like,
I was like, that's
really?
the that's the
Are you
first
sure?
that's the first game. And this was like before the Wii U came out, so like not a lot of games have been announced. And I was like, this is probably the second game I've seen that's actually been announced for Wii U. So excuse me if I'm a little confused right now.
Yeah, also, what is the Wii U? That's not out yet. The very same way that Nintendo recently was like, hey, so Zelda U, guess what? We're delaying it, but we're doing that so we can come out on the NX. And everyone's like, that's great, what's the NX? I have no idea what that is.
What was the running joke that we had on the Massive Hawk Talk show that we did was that Nintendo was going to introduce a controller that required use of your knees. And everybody at first was not going to be okay with it, but they would do that thing that they do where it kind of works, but nobody really knows why. And
Just like with
then
motion controls, where we were like, that sounds stupid and gimmicky, it's gonna be exhausting. And we were
yeah,
like, wait, this is awesome.
yeah,
Wii
and then
boxing is the best.
every single company was like, okay, I get where you're coming from. I can do this.
The same way that everyone was like, I don't know about this virtual reality thing. It sounds like a gimmick and it'll just pass. And now Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft are all like, wait, guys, we're going to do VR too. Don't worry about it. We're coming
Yeah.
in. Oh, I'm so excited. Also, can I
Same.
just say, I love this shade of pink that EA chose here. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a strong conference.
Oh, absolutely. The shade of pink like this.
Woo!
I mean, we're not talking about, a magenta or an indigo. We're talking about a very solid, very saturated shade of pink that really complements the white here, in a way that you're not really used to seeing out of a company like EA.
Mhm. You don't normally see a company like EA use a shade of pink this good.
Yeah.
This is a really exceptional shade. This is how you know it's going to be quality.
They're often associated with the color blue, very light blue, which they're straying away from. Or I don't want to dwell too much on colors.
I do. I want to spend the whole stream here.
What do you think is the biggest game that they're going to have to talk about today?
That's a really great question. I mean, I don't know how much hype there is for Titanfall 2. I really liked the first Titanfall. I loved the gameplay. I thought it was super tight. I think that that's going to be a really, really strong announcement. However, I think that Mass Effect just has a huge fan base, and a lot of people absolutely adored the third game, but were really upset with the ending. So a lot of Mass Effect fans are kind of itching for more Mass Effect.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about that Battlefield 1? This is why I wish we could have
Yeah.
games.
Oh, that's
Games
why
can-
I'm very very excited to learn what the actual gameplay of Battlefield 1 is going to be because it's like, okay, I get it. World War 1, that's awesome. I love
Yeah,
online military shooters, whatever. This sounds fantastic. What do I have to expect from the game itself?
exactly.
You sold me on the setting, you sold me on the graphics. I need to know what the game is, and that's what I'm really hoping for. I'll say I think that's my big game for this one.
Absolutely. And that's why, as I was saying, like with James, I wish he were here because I know Battlefield was like his big game for E3. Like that was what he was most excited to hear about. For fans of James, come back this evening.
I don't know how many James fans we have.
Yeah, the James fan community would be pleased to know that he will be returning with us for tonight's Bethesda stream. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, you have Jeremy and I, which I think is not. It's not better.
It's not.
I'm not gonna say better.
It's not bad.
It's okay.
It's all right, I guess.
Yeah, he hangs. I don't know. Alrighty. When is this bad boy gonna
Get
start?
that out of the way.
What I'm excited about is that all -1 fans. Okay.
Put that there. Entire dude.
Yeah, okay. This is
What you got?
I'm just kind of jamming to this tune.
It's so good.
Really
Woo!
funky fresh.
Really funky
what I was
fresh.
saying was I'm excited because we are covering live events, and so we get the opportunity.
There we go. Let me just get James in on the stream here. Just kind of
We get-
stick him up in the corner. There we go. That looks great.
Aw. That's a good point, James.
I thought it'd be really good to include James here, right there.
He's more than welcome here. What I was gonna say is we have a rare opportunity because a lot of these press conferences, let's face it, they have these sort of really cringy, improvised events because a lot of Western companies, especially when they present at E3, try to do things to sort of pander to
Yeah.
a pop culture crowd.
They
So we get,
super over the top pander.
We might get like a subpar rapper.
Probably.
Or some not actually basketball player when EA inevitably talks about their sports games like FIFA and NBA Live.
We're gonna get a sort of relevant actor who can
Yep.
announce a game that they're not related to whatsoever. You're like, "Hi, I'm Kevin Bacon, and when I'm not making movies and being in the show the following, I really love to play Call of Duty."
Yep.
You're like, "Really? All right, sure."
Oh my goodness. And the only one who like never fails to put a smile on my face. Every year Ubisoft has Aisha Tyler.
She's
hosting.
always there. Why is
She
Aisha
is-
Tyler
she's
always
so
there?
cool though.
She is really
Like-
cool, and she's the host of Whose Line Is It Anyway? So she's a
Like
pretty
I
good
feel
person.
really embarrassed watching the Ubisoft stream because it feels like she's too cool to be around gamers. So it's like she's standing up there and she's talking, and I'm like, yeah, this stuff's all right, I guess. Would you like coffee or something,
I'm gonna make a quick Instagram post that we are streaming.
Boy, I'm starting to feel much better about how often we start our streams late. Because if EA can
Yeah.
we're
So
fine.
we've been starting our streams like
Oh.
15 minutes late for the past forever.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling all right considering it's now 4:08.
Looks like they're starting though.
Oh, are
What's
they?
happening?
I got nothing. Oh, here we go. I guess I must be a couple seconds behind you.
Strobe lights. Wow.
Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the volume of the stream.
We also could also cut James out a little.
All right, James. Goodbye. We'll miss you. All right, here we go.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to EA Play, coming to you live from the Novo in Los Angeles. It's always cool to be part of something new. This is a brand new event, a brand new venue, and we're kicking things off with a new type of show.
God, he's handsome.
Now, we all know you have an insatiable appetite to dive deep into the games you love. But we could never give you everything you want in 60 minutes. And let's be honest, even if we could, you'd also probably rather see and hear it from the community anyway. We get it. So consider this next hour to be a taste, a quick glimpse into a bunch of great stuff that we have in development. This is us opening up the door, welcoming in our players, influencers, media, and partners. We're inviting you in to play. We're surrounded here by hundreds of game stations. Thousands of you will get hands-on with our games this week. Unfortunately, more of you won't. But the content creators here are the ones who can tell you what they see, what they feel, what they like, and even what they don't. And that's fine too. We want your feedback. We want to know what you think. Just as long as you take some time to play. Of course, EA Play is a global experience. So here's a twist. Someone had this crazy idea of hosting EA Play in not one, but 2 locations. And then, I'm pretty sure it was that same person had an even crazier idea of seeing if we could join them live via satellite.
Hey guys.
So let's welcome Peter Moore and hundreds of our friends from London.
Mustapha, can you pause your stream for like 3 seconds and then resume it so we can be synced up?
We're good, we're good. Hi, Andrew. As you can hear, we've got a great crowd here in London. We're at the iconic Hammersmith Apollo Theater. We've got 100 game stations back there. I've got 600 of my best friends. What a great looking group they are. We are going to have a blast tonight. Back to you.
Thanks, Peter. We'll be back with you in just a bit. Let's quickly set the stage for what you'll see over the next hour. We will take a look into the future of EA Star Wars games. BioWare will take us further into the next intense chapter of the Mass Effect universe.
Titanfall 2 is here.
From EA Sports,
I think you're still like 5 seconds ahead of me.
And story. And of course, Battlefield 1 and Titanfall 2 are both here today.
Nice. Very excited to hear about Battlefield 1 some more.
After this show, we will actually host the first ever live streamed 64-player Battlefield 1 match. Now here's a question for you. Did any of you see the Battlefield trailer last month? I know you did, and I know a bunch of you were thinking, is this real? Are there actually going to be airships and horses and trench knives and shovels? So 2 things. 1, yes, and 2, you can see it for yourselves. Not in another trailer, but with an hour of gameplay live streamed.
Hey, cool.
World,
I like
just an hour
that.
from now.
Hour of gameplay live streamed. That's bold.
I think I'm still a little
Just
bit
a
ahead.
decade ago, there were about 200 million game players in the world. We thought that was a lot. Now there are 2.6 billion and growing. We are all part of a global phenomenon. At its core is play, something that is increasingly important to our lives today. For many of us, games are vital. That's what drives us to make games and continue building, creating, innovating, and exploring. We know just how important it is. We see it as our responsibility to help people on all corners of the globe experience play. Because we all play to live. This will be a fantastic 3 days, so let's get started. First up is a great friend and the mastermind behind one of the industry's most compelling franchises, Vince Zampella.
Oh wow. Diving right in.
Thank you, Andrew.
Nice.
Well, everyone, it's great to be back near E3. So,
Oh.
Titanfall introduced
That's
millions
pretty
of
big
players
deal.
around the world to the fast, fluid, pilot and Titan gameplay that is at the heart of Titanfall. And with the release of Titanfall 2, we're excited to welcome PS4 players to the franchise.
Did you get that? Hold on, where is yours at right now?
He just announced the PS4 players.
For the first time.
That's pretty exciting. I'm gonna refresh.
Very cool.
We'll start off with a look at what players can expect out of Titanfall multiplayer.
Do you have the trailer here yet? Or...
Yep, at the trailer right now. Just started a few seconds ago. Cool. Looking good so far.
Yeah,
in this highly scripted gameplay trailer. Oh, cool, chain. I like that. Oh god, I forgot how good this game was. Woo! Looks like a lot more green, grassy terrains. Very deserty in the first game.
Oh wow, the maneuvering looks still, it's so slick, you know?
Grappling hooks are becoming an increasingly popular mechanic in games this year.
Ooh. Oh, wow. These are the mid-air grapple kicks.
That was tight.
Oh, that's intense. I'm a fan of that.
That was pretty vicious.
Absolutely.
Woo, I love it. So, Titanfall 2 builds on the signature Pilot and Titan gameplay to deliver a more robust experience, backed by the depth and variety our fans have been asking for. This includes 6 new Titans, each with their own unique combat abilities, expanded pilot gameplay, more customization options, and a deep progression system. And of course, super smooth gameplay that we've always delivered.
I'm interested in that.
Prior to launch, we'll be holding a multiplayer technical test designed to help us stress key features of the game. To play the multiplayer test, go to Titanfall.com and sign up to get all the details.
Oh.
Now, for the 4 people that didn't see the leak this morning, and if you know this, sing along with me.
You know.
I'm excited to confirm single player. So we'll be adding a full offline playable campaign to Titanfall.
There you go.
It'll be crafted to dive deeper into the Titanfall universe.
That's really good. That was the weakest point in the first game, was the multiplayer-only campaign.
To deliver a feeling of being unstoppable together. And now here is the debut of the single-player trailer for Titanfall 2, coming October 28th to PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
You're showing the trailer now?
Nope. Pause.
Okay.
Play.
Alright.
That Earth is shattering.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was killed in action.
Correct. My original pilot was KIA. I am now linked to Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Who authorized this?
We had no other options.
Oh man, can you actually fight the aliens this time around?
What are your protocols?
Protocol 1. Link to pilot. Protocol 2. Uphold the mission. Protocol 3.
BT!
Protect the pilot.
Wow.
You know, it's messed up to think that this is sort of significant that it's one of the few first-person shooter games recently that has a single-player offline campaign
Yeah.
that actually looks decent.
That was, however, the most like traileriest trailer.
Yeah, that was so trailery.
It was just like, ugh. Oh my goodness.
I'll never get over how good these 2K games look. Or Madden, rather, sorry.
We are switching gears big time.
Yeah, my god, there was no transition at all. They just went right into Madden. I had no warning that that was about to happen.
I mean...
Peter Moore. Here he is.
That is Madden NFL 17 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and as always, the game looks incredible. This year, Madden lets you take your team all the way with the most balanced gameplay to date, new ways to play in franchise mode, and an all-new commentary team. It personifies everything we love about sports. Passion, intensity, and of course, competition. Competition in the world of gaming is esports, and it's absolutely electric. Elite players, a global stage, and of course, big paydays. From the first Madden Challenge 14 years ago to today's competitive battlefield scene, and of course, the FIFA Interactive World Cup, EA is no stranger to the power of elite competition. But the spectacle of esports barely scratches the surface of competition. It's a select few that become pro gamers. That is why EA is embracing a new approach to competitive gaming. We want to make stars of all of our players. With new competitive modes and weekly online contests in our biggest franchises, we're making competition fun and meaningful for everyone, regardless of their ability. As such, I'm excited to announce 3 awesome new ways to compete: Challenger events, Premier events, and EA Major events. With our Challenger series of events, we'll be giving the community an ability to be more easily hosting and running their own tournaments. Next up is the Premier series. These are large-scale live events that we'll host with partners from inside and outside of the gaming world. And finally, there are EA Major events. These are marquee live events run by EA on a global stage. The best players competing for the biggest prizes. And it all starts this weekend at EA Play in Los Angeles with our first EA Major event, the Madden NFL 16 Championship. In a moment, we'll welcome ESPN's Stan Barrett to the stage in LA, who will introduce you to the 8 finalists. But first, let's meet 2 of the fiercest Madden competition out there.
Place for that.
Eric Problem Wright.
Tell me about video games right now. I don't care about ESPN.
Like, I get it, I do.
Greatest of all time is the guy to beat.
But
just wins. Being the best in the world often inspires awe, reverence, respect. But when you're the best in the world,
you know, the convergence of mediums is a good thing, but
every day on Twitter,
I don't know. I think there is a zone where, you know, certain demographics are going to be more heightened.
And we have a historical precedent where for the 4th International for Dota 2, we were on ESPN 3, and everyone that watches ESPN hated it, and were so angry that video games were on their TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And everyone that watched the International just watched it on Twitch.
You cannot force this. This is really, you know, weird timing. It's the Electronic Entertainment Expo. It is like the, you know,
I was 16, I was like at the top of my class.
It is.
But I would like go to school with like no sleep from being up all night playing Madden.
Being a full-time video game player is hard for a lot of people to understand. It is tough. It is tough to do, and I'll play as many hours as I can just to really get ahead of the competition.
Both Problem and Serious Mo have a claim to the top of the Madden world, and the issue may be settled at the Madden Championship. It's a tournament that started with 1 million players in online qualifiers and ends this week, live in Los Angeles, with $50,000 at stake. These would-be rivals are actually close friends.
See, like that's a lot of money, but
easy on each other.
you know, Hearthstone and Dota and League, you know, actual like
I gotta beat him.
Gamer games.
Yeah.
Much more fun, you know.
Exactly, and that's true. They are gamer games. They're not the video version of a real sport.
Yeah.
These 8 remain the best Madden NFL
Well, Hearthstone
players
is
in the world.
Yeah, cards.
All world-class competitors. They're at the top of their game.
Well, I was gonna say
But
war.
only
But...
one is going to be the winner. Let's meet one of the guys here who appears to be a little injured. This is Serious Mo. You saw in the piece. What happened?
I was racing a friend, didn't have my shoes tied, fell down, broke my collarbone.
Oh dear.
All right, best of luck to you.
You what?
You should have made up a story for that one, man.
Just having a foot race? You're a fully grown man.
You're watching Twitch, YouTube, or tune into ESPN3 to watch.
I needed that. Thank you, EA.
6 p.m.
I'm sorry you hurt yourself, buddy.
Sorry, collarbone injuries are nasty.
Oh, you should have made up a different story for that. You shouldn't have said that live. Should have said I was defending a kid or something.
Something. Make up anything. All right, Peter Moore.
Looking forward to some great action this week. Let's also take a moment to talk about the year ahead. I'm excited to announce the Madden NFL 17 Championship Series. Next year, everything gets bigger and better. Okay. How much better? We're putting up $1 million in total prize money. Now, it takes full-time dedication to be the best, and we want to reward our elite players for their skill and commitment. The Madden 17 Championship Series is a full year of high-stakes action that spans 4 EA majors and more events to be announced soon. But it's not just Madden. At EA, competition is at the heart of everything we'll do. And we'll have more news about more events and more games to share soon. So stay tuned.
I don't know about the competitive scene for that Minions mobile game they put out.
Let's go back to Los Angeles.
No, dude, Intel said mobile is the new professional gaming platform.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. At the heart of Mass Effect Andromeda is a question.
Heyo.
How far will we go?
How far will we go?
You are part of an ambitious expedition, leaving the Milky Way galaxy to help humanity find a new home. You travel millions of light years to the Andromeda galaxy. You wake up. Now what? Everything is new. New planets, new species, new technologies. You must be among the most courageous, the most daring to go on this journey. Because this is a galaxy where you are the alien. How far will we go?
Hey, you want to move our cams up the way for this, this trailer?
The Mass Effect trilogy is a huge part of our history and the lives of many of our fans. It was an amazing story, but this is a whole new adventure. We're building on the things you love about Mass Effect. Amazing stories and gameplay, and now we're letting our imaginations run wild. This is a bigger adventure filled with a whole new cast of memorable characters and more freedom than we've ever given players in a BioWare game. And for the first time, it's all powered by Frostbite, which means you're going to see, hear, and feel Mass Effect like never before. That's our promise to you. So how far will we go? Well, we can't wait to share more with you this fall. Here's a look behind the scenes at Mass Effect Andromeda. Thank you.
Our survival as a species has always depended on our drive to seek out the undiscovered, push beyond our limits, and expand the boundaries of our known world. With Mass Effect, we are going further than ever before. To Andromeda, to build a new home for humanity. Imagine distant star systems with remote and hostile planets, teeming with alien life and civilizations. Worlds where adventure, danger, and the unknown are waiting to be discovered. We've created a universe that you will lose yourself in, a whole new galaxy for you to explore.
Wow.
All right. How's everyone doing? Okay. I hope you're loving what you've seen so far.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
FIFA, Star Wars, and of course Battlefield 1. But first, let's have a practical conversation about play.
Yeah, let's do it.
Many of these games we're talking about today are months away. Meanwhile, I'm sure you're all playing games that you've already invested a ton of time in. So our commitment is to support the community. It's a commitment to continue delivering new content to enjoy with your friends. In just the last year alone, we delivered more than 300 game updates to our most popular games. This year, that number will be even higher. And for EA Play this week, we have our biggest collection of content updates ever across both console, PC, and mobile. We've also got free trials to help you discover and try something new this week, like the Outer Rim expansion for Star Wars Battlefront, or check out some new games through EA Access for Xbox One and Origin Access for PC. Both have more than 20 great games available in the vault, and they are free for everyone to try all week long. Now here's one more way we hope you'll play this week. We have a new program called Play to Give. It's a big deal for us, and it's unlike anything we've ever done before. We're bringing together in-game challenges with charitable donations. First, the charities. At EA, we celebrate charitable causes that encourage a more diverse and inclusive world for all of us, as well as those that inspire and assist future game makers through STEM education. So we've partnered with 5 great organizations for EA Play.
Nice.
The UN He for She Initiative, National Center for Women and Information Technology, Special Effect, Code.org, and Code 2040.
Nice.
Now the challenges. There are 5 of them that are designed to celebrate our play community this week. Some examples. In Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline, there's a new objective that's based on helping out your teammates in need. We're celebrating strong female characters in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as you deploy a special squad to battle against the droids. And in FIFA Ultimate Team, if you can win with the Play to Give Cup, you'll receive an untradeable rare mega pack. It all comes together at the end of EA Play when we donate $1 million in celebration of the importance of play. Now let me send it back to Peter.
Good
for some
for
big
them.
news on
Yeah, I like that.
2017.
Good on you, EA.
Over to you.
Let me check. How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking, man. My webcam's broken, but it's alright.
I think we're winning. Thanks, Andrew, and welcome back to London. Now, like me, I know many of you are excited that we're in the middle of a summer full of football. England
So much
last
football
night
going on right now.
Till about the 92nd minute. But to be here in England at the heart of football, there's no better place to show you what's next. You'll see in a moment just how far FIFA has come from its debut in 1993. This is a revolutionary year for FIFA, for the most popular sports game on the planet. This is FIFA 17.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Look at that front flip. Get it!
I'm so confused. Is this not the pixel art one?
I guess it's not. We did it in
Waiting for
Frostbite. I'm happy to say that Mustapha's face is completely rendered in Frostbite.
For you, Will.
What's happening?
My name is Alex Hunter.
For 1 second, I was like, wait, is this in-game engine? Then I realized it was real life. I was like, wow, Frostbite's really good.
Alongside the greatest names. Playing in the park with my mates, I've already pictured it. Taking flawless 50-yard passes from Beckham, sending in Messi with the perfect through ball, burying it in the top corner like Rooney.
Plot twist, this is an engine.
Now,
That'd be amazing.
I have the chance to make that dream my reality. To pull on a Premier League shirt and maybe even one day step into the center circle of Wembley. 3 lions on my chest. This is the start of my journey. I know it won't be easy, but if I can perform on the pitch, make the right decisions off it, and take advantage of every opportunity that comes my way, this is the start of my journey. And you're all coming with me.
We've heard a lot about the talent of this young man, Alex Hunter. He had a wide choice of clubs to sign for. Today his journey begins as he makes his Premier League debut.
I haven't seen a kid coming out of the exit trials generate this much interest in years. I never expected anything like this.
Is this like a really in-depth story mode?
I think this is a story mode.
Wow.
That's weird.
You call me.
I'm not normally one to gush about graphics, but this looks really good. Visually, this is well done.
Yeah.
Let's see how much they downgrade it when it comes out.
Also, sports game story mode, though.
Yeah, sports game story mode. That's very cool.
Just get me out of there.
Oh, we might as well pack this season in now. What's he thinking?
I want to stay and fight for my place. I won't let you down.
Alex Hunter, an outstanding goal. Welcome to the Premier League. This young man has everything.
We're going to make history.
Incredible, Hunter!
My name is Alex Hunter.
Oh, okay.
You don't know me, but believe me, you soon will.
I wonder if the story like dynamically changes depending on how well you're doing.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat.
I would think that would have to happen, right?
I mean, the commentary in these sports games is already really good at adjusting itself to the performance.
In FIFA 17 called The Journey.
The Journey.
You'll live your Premier League story through the player we just met, Alex Hunter. That is the power of Frostbite, FIFA 17's brand new engine. You'll live in real football worlds, and you'll meet characters full of depth and emotion. And maybe nobody shows more emotion than the managers on the sidelines. And as such, for the first time ever, Premier League managers are in the game.
Have they not been? We're really the wrong guys to be streaming this.
Today, we have 3 of the most legendary
This is
managers
big
in
news,
FIFA
okay?
17. Check them out. Pep Guardiola, set to join the league. The legendary Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. And of course, my favorite of them all, at the best club in the world.
A lot of soccer fans booing people.
Liverpool. Now, these managers are the best. These 3 are the best, second to none. more than 1,500 wins between them, with 10 league championships and 2.
Whoa!
Wow, it's that guy. It's the. It's this older white gentleman in a suit. Oh!
Wow!
Look at him. He's not even wearing a tie.
Dude, I haven't seen him since.
3? I'm not quite sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Jose Mourinho.
Oh my God, it's Jose Mourinho. That's amazing. Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow, big play.
Sports person.
Jose, of course, is in the game.
We didn't plan this well.
It is a great honor for Jose to join the EA family, to be in FIFA 17 as the great manager now, of course, of Manchester United. We've rendered you in the game. I don't know. We can have a look. Can we get Jose up in the game?
Let's get Jose up in there.
I'm still upset with you.
You're still upset? What about you are?
There he is. He looks so upset.
We are 20 of us. You choose 3.
Just 3.
You leave us 17 out.
I know.
I'm not
sorry.
happy with that.
Yeah. See that Clint? First of all, he looks great. Secondly, I can tell you on behalf of all of us football fans, it's great having the personality and the skill and the talent that is Jose Mourinho back in the Premier League.
Agreed.
And thirdly,
I'm so happy to have him here.
Bring them to Manfield and show them where real football is played.
Good old Manfield.
Having said that, it is great having you in the game. I know your son's a big player.
Yes, he is.
Who does he play as? Here's the question. Do you know?
I don't know really. I just know that I can wake up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning with his noise.
This is kind of cringy, isn't it?
It sure is. I told you guys this was gonna happen.
I love it. I was hoping for Kevin Bacon, but we got Jose. I don't know.
Team business to be had. So it's going to be great having the managers in there, and it's even more important to have Jose Mourinho, one of the great personalities of football for the last 20 years.
Microsoft, top this. Bring Justin Bieber.
I'm just going to put that in my notes here. Jose Mourinho.
For the game, I think I can take care of that. So, but ladies and gentlemen, please thank Jose Mourinho for joining us here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. You really did a great job, dude.
Thank you.
Performance was fantastic.
I didn't call him the special one. He doesn't like it. Okay, we've shown you a lot today, but we're not done.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce you to FIFA producer, Aaron McCarty. Aaron.
Well, thank you, Peter. It's great to be here in London. But for me and for the development team back in Vancouver, it's amazing to finally be able to show you the journey. Now, the best thing about the journey is you're in control of your story off the pitch. But in FIFA, just like football, the most important thing is what happens on the pitch. And that's especially true in gameplay. We're bringing complete innovation to the game this season. We've got 4 big transformations that let you own every moment, and we're bringing more control than ever before. Here they are.
Here we go.
We've rewritten set pieces to give you creative control over every dead ball. We completely overhauled physical play. We built a new intelligence system so our players are smarter and more active off the ball. And we're giving you new ways to create chances and finish in front of goal. And those massive transformations are inspired by some of the best young football talent in the game. Let's meet them now through the lens of FIFA 17.
Lens flare.
You took a mic down for this.
Okay, guys, a new season, a fresh start. Today is about winning. In football, this is the most important thing. When we win, we make the fans happy. They are why we train. They are why we are here. So remember what we need to do. Be strong on the ball. Make intelligent runs. Be ruthless in front of goal. And own every moment. The time has come. You are ready. The fans are ready. Now, go show them why we are the best.
This engine is really nice.
Great strength there from Hazard. What a run from Royce. Martial, hard and low. That is world class from James Rodriguez.
Make them happy. Make them sing your name. When you play for the fans, that is when we win.
So about this time last year, we surprised you with something unexpected.
That was a transition.
With Unravel, you met Yarny, a tiny little character with a huge heart going on an epic adventure. You also met Martin Salin, a passionate and creative game maker from the Coldwood studio that brought Yarny to life.
Was this that Unraveled game? There it is.
Yeah. But it also showed us something profound. When we first saw Unravel, we saw a game that
in 5 minutes, Battlefield 1. That's what I want to see.
Last thing I said was in 5 minutes. Star Wars update.
We also know that there are more out there, more studios
So we'll
like
see.
Coldwood, more games like Unravel. Passionate developers telling amazing stories, creating spectacular games. We are committed to working with small developers, finding these great new games, and giving all of you a chance to discover their magic. So today, we are very excited to announce EA Originals. Our EA Originals program is about 3 things. Firstly, it's about taking first-time experiences that are unique, gorgeous, innovative, and memorable, and bringing them to the world.
Okay.
Secondly, it's about supporting small developers and helping them make the most of their games.
Oh, I like that.
Now, we'll seek out a few projects each year for EA Originals and partner with them through the whole process from development to marketing to publishing. And lastly, it's about funding and offering a level of security. Now, making games is hard. It's a hard business. And these small developers have risked themselves to develop a new IP and created games and great games deserve to be played. Now, check this out. With EA Originals, we want all the profit from these games to go back into the hands of the developers.
Oh.
So they can keep innovating and creating into the future. Now, we've already begun with EA Originals, so please welcome to our stage Klaus Lyngeled from Zoink Games in Gothenburg. He's here to take you into the beautiful world of our first EA Originals game called Fe.
Hi, everyone. Wow, it's amazing to be here, joining you all at EA Play here in Los Angeles. It's, well, it's really huge for me, and I'm super excited to be here. I run a small game studio in Sweden.
He's got a great raw denim shirt on.
And we're about 20 people brought together by our fascination for new approaches to interactive storytelling and art. And recently we've been on a journey with a very special new project. And thanks to Patrick and EA, we're here today to bring you along with us. Let me introduce you to the world of Fe. At its heart, Fe is a personal narrative about our relationship with nature. It's a game without words, a celebration of our longing to be one
Do you like
with
that?
the world around us.
I do. I like that. FIFA.
FIFA.
It's a story that reminds us that everything in this world is connected, living in a delicate balance that is constantly under threat.
Cool. I like nature
You
games.
awaken as a young cub, all alone in a dark forest glade, and you have no idea who you are or how you got there. But as you spy from the treetops, you'll soon come to know the extraordinary creatures that live in this forest. And you'll find that they are all connected through their own language, a language of strange and beautiful music. See, every animal, every breathing creature, and even the plants, they all have their own unique song.
Oh.
And by
Okay.
learning it,
I
you
like
can
that.
connect to the forest, to understand it, to be part of it. Each song you learn will help you reach new parts of the forest and take you ever closer to discovering the secret of your own kind.
I like this.
But you are not the only newcomer to the forest.
This sounds a lot like
The silent ones corrupt the forest and
Journey.
spread their silence with each step.
which isn't a bad thing.
As you evade them using stealth and cunning, you will uncover their terrible purpose. This is a game full of discovery, conflict, and relationships. But as you explore the world of Fe, we're not going to hold your hand. The game won't tell you where to go, what to do,
or how to think.
Ooh, rad.
We will set the stage and invite you into the forest for your own personal experience. It's an experience that will leave you scared, amazed, and delighted. In the forest, your discoveries will be your own. I'm very proud to show you more about the beautiful world of Thi.
Please, some gameplay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a full trailer. I'm gonna move my face out of this. I really like this art style.
Yeah, it's really embracing the low poly, flat shaded style with a lot of emissive.
Yeah.
Good lighting, good shading. Fee. That looked pretty cool. Very atmospheric and very audio heavy, which I like. Hey, okay.
Star Wars,
We transitioned. All right. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Hi everyone, it's great to be here.
They need to learn about transitions, man. That ain't right.
They only have an hour. They don't have time for that.
Across the world, creating a wide range of Star Wars games
Did I see
for
BioWare up
all
there?
types of Star Wars fans.
It was
These teams are
rumored that
being
they're
led
making a
by some of the
new,
creative minds who
like
have
open
made
world
some
role
of
playing
our
Star Wars game,
favorite
kind of like
games
KOTOR.
of the last decade. And now they're channeling their talent and passion to bring you all new experiences that will span many corners of the Star Wars universe for years to come. Let's break it down. Already today, you can play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Star Wars The Old Republic, and of course, Star Wars Battlefront. Each of these games are live and getting fresh, new content all year long. Next year, you're going to get a new installment of Star Wars Battlefront. Led by DICE, in collaboration with Motive, we're building on the foundation of the first game. We're listening to our players and adding more of what you want, including content from the new films. Then coming in 2018 is a new action-adventure game from Visceral Games. Amy Hennig and team are creating an original narrative in the Star Wars universe with new characters. And beyond that, we've got more amazing projects in store, including one from our partners at Respawn Entertainment. They are exploring a different Star Wars era in their own third-person action-adventure game. We can't wait for you to play these games. I can't wait to play them myself. Here's a special peek behind the
This woman sounds like a robot.
at the EA Star Wars games we're working on with Lucasfilm.
Like she's trying to convince me that she's human.
She wants to play these games.
I am a human too, fellow human.
The Star Wars universe is growing day by day with the comics, the films, the games, you name it. And to be a part of that and to work with Lucasfilm is incredibly exciting. So what we're really trying to do at EA is cater to different areas of the Star Wars universe and create different game experiences that are tailor-made for those fans.
With Star Wars Battlefront, we wanted to really be able to bring people into the world of Star Wars like never before. What excites me now is bringing in more characters, more planets, more environments, more eras. And that's why we're super happy to have both Motive Studios and Criterion contributing in a significant way.
There's no point in making something in the Star Wars IP if you're just going to do what's been done before, right? So it's a fantastic opportunity for Motive to really tell the world what we're about, and we're going to bring that to Battlefront, which is, it's crazy, it's incredible.
As a studio, our promise to gamers is ultimately gameplay first. We all demand that the game has these huge wow moments that translates really well to the Star Wars universe. We're going to deliver that Star Wars awe like fans have never seen before.
With Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, we talked a lot about how we grew up as kids with Star Wars, and we collected toys, we'd bring them over to a friend's house, and we'd set up these battles where sometimes it was what we'd seen in the films, and sometimes it was just this random mashup of stuff that we wanted to play from our own imagination. Our aim is to bring in characters from all the films, all the TV shows, and even beyond.
Star Wars is what got me into role-playing games in the first place, that storytelling you did as a kid with your Star Wars action figures. With Star Wars: The Old Republic, the choices you make, the freedom you have, that's really at the heart of a BioWare game. And beyond The Old Republic, there are so many stories that we still want to tell.
Our goal has always been not to just sort of make a game that is set in the Star Wars universe, but to really tell an authentic Star Wars story. And that's actually a hugely different thing. How do you ground the new and unfamiliar in the familiar? You need the guidance of someone like Doug Chang to show you the way.
One of the great joys of working with Amy is she is like a film director in many ways, because she is telling her story and I'm helping to realize her world.
That looks tight.
EA has some really exciting plans in the works for the Star Wars portfolio, and what we're doing is bringing in talent from across the industry and letting them loose. We have completely different games on the horizon, and I just hope that every fan walks away going, wow, I never thought they were going to bring my Star Wars fantasy to life.
So in other words, a lot of Star Wars games coming out in the next few years. Like 6 AAA Star Wars games.
Thank you, Jade. And
That's
thank
kind
you
of a
to all
huge
our
deal.
studio teams working on Star Wars games today. So, here we are. One last game. Let's talk Battlefield 1. You might be wondering why I'm up here again. Well, my journey with Battlefield started over 2 decades ago, when DICE was still a small indie studio. We were dreaming about conquering the world and sharing our games with more and more players. Now, I've been involved in each and every part of this series, and it's humbling to serve a Battlefield community today that has grown to more than 60 million players around the world. That is truly incredible, so thank you. It also means that we have a great responsibility to deliver on the promise of Battlefield with every game. We have to take creative risks, to pioneer. So we knew from the start that Battlefield 1 could be no ordinary game. Now let me tell you a quick story about the inception of Battlefield 1. A few years ago, 2 guys in our studio at DICE in Stockholm, Stefan Strandberg and Martin Kopparhed, kept telling me that they had the concept for the next Battlefield. And each time we met, they showed me more and more ideas from the team. Now I'll be honest, I was skeptical. I was like really skeptical. And I told them, I don't think we have it yet. But they kept pushing, they kept coming back. And then one late night in Stockholm, they brought me a very special pitch. An absolutely mind-boggling pitch, unmistakably Battlefield, and set in a very unique take on World War I. Right then and there, that's when we knew we had to make this game. So when you stand here introducing a game like Battlefield 1 to tens of millions of dedicated players, you know the risks were worth it.
That's interesting. That's a very interesting way to...
Oh boy, here we go. In-game pre-rendered cutscene.
I expect it to look good. Let's see some gameplay.
So in other words, nothing new. No new information.
So that was just a piece of our EA Play trailer, and you'll get to see the full version in just a bit. But first, I want you to know that our team at DICE in Stockholm has huge ambitions for Battlefield 1. We've set out to deliver an epic and unforgettable experience for our players. And the result is a dynamic experience where no battle is ever the same. But as talented as our DICE team is, it is you, the Battlefield community, that powers the team. That is why at the world premiere last month, we revealed Battlefield 1 alongside our players. We want the community to be part of this every step of the way. And today marks another exciting milestone in the road to Battlefield 1, our first in-depth look at gameplay. And to reveal that, I'm honored that we have players from our community here to lead the first ever live stream of Battlefield 1.
The rest of the trailer is DLC.
You need the season's pass for the rest of the trailer.
I wouldn't write it off just yet.
Because today we are going to see
Is that Jamie Foxx? There he is! And
what did he say?
Yes!
Oh goodness.
Yes! There we go! There's the mildly relevant celebrity guests.
Yeah, we guessed one actor, but now there are two, so... Oh goodness.
And both more slightly relevant than Kevin Bacon.
True that.
My original guess.
And I can't wait to see wins. Good luck to the both of you guys and your respective teams. Now let's go back up to Patrick and find out exactly what makes this game so epic.
Wait, why was Jamie Foxx and Zac Efron there? They're just hanging out.
So only in Battlefield 1
they're the
will
community.
you engage in some of the biggest battles ever seen. To squad up in epic multiplayer matches with up to 64 players. Now that's going to be really cool to watch. And in just a few minutes, you'll get to see how no battle is ever the same. Through the power of Frostbite, intuitive destruction, dynamic weather, and a variety of weapons and vehicles makes this the most immersive and dynamic Battlefield game ever. So let's start by talking destruction, a hallmark for Battlefield. In Battlefield 1, destruction is more intuitive and natural than ever. This creates unlimited gameplay possibilities as you impact the world around you.
I wish James were here. Destruction.
Yeah, he'd be so excited. I mean, they had destruction in the last game too, but it wasn't as good as Bad Company 2's destruction.
So
gotta see that gameplay, yo.
Day, or in heavy fog or rain would impact what you see or hear, so you have to adapt your playstyle.
I do like this dynamic weather. That's cool.
An impressive variety of weapons and vehicles add to the range of experience you'll have on the battlefield. And most notable, the introduction of the ultimate vehicles, the behemoths. The Great War gave birth to some of the largest vehicles ever made, and Battlefield 1 gives you the chance to control these beasts. Take control of an airship, armored train, or a battleship to dominate the battlefield across air, land, and sea.
But is it on
War
rails?
Has never felt so epic. When Battlefield 1 launches on October 21st, worldwide, you will experience destruction, weather, and a variety of weapons and vehicles that ensure no battle is ever the same.
You will experience destruction is not something I ever want to be told.
You get an early access to experience this firsthand during the open beta later this summer.
Uh-oh.
All right. In just a few minutes, the Battlefield Squad's live stream will begin. But first, let's take another look at Battlefield 1. Thank you.
Are Zac Efron and Jamie Foxx going to play? What happened to that?
I hope that they do. I actually hope that they don't. I hope they don't play. We just saw them for like a second.
I'll be very confused.
Here's this in-game pre-rendered cutscene again. It's gonna shrink that down.
Oh, gameplay.
Maybe.
I can't tell what's real anymore.
I'm really excited to see how downgraded these graphics are when it comes out. Quick reminder to everyone watching the stream, the game will not look like this on your consoles.
Yeah. I mean,
This looks really good now, but it will not look like this when it comes out.
I mean, it's like obligatory to have an E3 trailer that looks way better than the actual game because
Yeah.
it's a trade event. But it's I can't tell what's cutscene and what's in game, and that is making me skeptical.
Yeah. Like, this is a cutscene. Horses! Bunch of horses!
Now that's a selling point.
Cool.
I do like horses.
I'm a fan of horses.
We're going to change the world indeed. It looks absolutely amazing, Battlefield 1. So that's our show. We have Battlefield 1 playables right behind me here in London. We've got Titanfall 2. We've got FIFA 17. We've got Madden 17. We here in London are going to have a great time tonight. We're here through midnight. It's going to be phenomenal. Andrew, I'm sure you're going to have the same there. Back to you in Los Angeles.
Thanks, Peter. All right, so that's our show. And now, the way I see it, I'm the only thing standing between you and an hour of Battlefield 1 gameplay. So let's keep this quick. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you to all of you here in Los Angeles. And, of course, thank you to everyone in London as well. We're just getting started here at EA Play, so stay with us. There's a lot more to come. And now it's time to play. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
So that was that. There it is.
Yep. Alright, if you want to just, I guess, close this out and max out the logo, so I can just give us our parting words. That'll be
There it is.
the end.
Part away. So just a couple notes that I remembered. Frostbite looking beautiful as always. That's just a great engine that they use over there. Titanfall 2, I mean gameplay wise, looks like it's taken all of the great mechanics and stuff that we saw in the first Titanfall and just built upon it. So that's very exciting. Grappling hook
And
is always
PS4.
cool. Also PS4 players cannot play, but most importantly, they resolved the one biggest issue in Titanfall 1 and they added a offline single player. Which is fantastic because really the gameplay was super tight. A lot of people that played Titanfall 1 were upset that there wasn't a whole lot of options. I think that there were like 3 mechs pretty much that you could choose from and only a handful of weapons and a handful of different attachments and stuff. So they claim to be increasing how much you'll have access to, which is very cool. No gameplay footage of Mass Effect Andromeda, just a cutscene. So that was a bummer.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, that's that game is kind of far off, isn't it? Do you, off the top of your head, remember the release date of that?
I don't remember exactly what the release date is, but they had a trailer. They had a cinematic trailer last year. Seeing another one this year, it's like, I mean, how long before we get an actual look at the game?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I get there's some time away, but I still want to see.
Exactly. I want to actually watch the gameplay. I'm really happy that there's a Battlefield 1 stream going on right now. 64 people playing online for the next hour, so be sure to check that out. Because I want to actually see real gameplay to see how good this destruction is. See if it's actually as good as it was in Bad Company 2. FIFA Story Mode. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's unique.
I like that. I wonder if that will open up a lot of normies to good games.
Perhaps, yeah.
And then I also wrote down in my notes, Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, because
thank goodness he came onto the stage. Yeah. Thank goodness Zac Efron and Jamie Foxx. We're really happy that you were all able to join us tonight.
They were there.
Thank goodness.
So this EA taking things, more seriously in way of the competitive scene, that's weird to me. I would get it. I mean, I understand they're trying to do this sort of medium convergence, which is almost always necessary, right? But I guess it's the way that they're going about it that I'm not really sure I understand.
Well, it's that they're not doing it the way that video game communities do to follow. So professional gaming's been around in the communities for like Counter-Strike Global Offensive, League of Legends, Dota 2, and now Overwatch is beginning its competitive scene. These are like all established scenes that get it, and these pro games are intended for gamers. They're people that play video games and want to watch other people play them way, way better than they do. And I understand that EA wants to kind of get in on the gravy train for the competitive scene, but it doesn't seem like they're really understanding what it is about these communities that works well, and they're trying to do it as if it's just people that watch sports. When it's not.
It's just sports, but it's rendered in
They're incredibly different things. These are different subcultures. We handle them very differently.
Exactly. Which I'm not saying there's a sort of exclusive market to it, but it's like, and I mean, it doesn't even. So like, even some Nintendo games have competitive scenes, so that tells you how much you really don't need to be. I don't want to use the phrase "in touch," but I mean that's what I'm going to use.
Yeah, just because they aren't even really behind those. Like most of these competitive games, the developers are like they work with the community to do that, and in this case Nintendo doesn't, but it feels like EA is trying to create that seed.
But it's like the thing is they are responding to communities. They're not creating them and hoping for a response.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Communities exist and then companies get on board, not the other way around. But yeah, that was EA. It was like a nice appetizer to a full course meal.
Very excited to see what's next. Very excited for Bethesda later tonight. That begins at 9 p.m. I believe.
9. It begins at 10, but we're going to be starting the stream at 9:45 p.m.
So be sure to tune back in for that, because that'll be a blasty blast if you like role-playing games or open-world games.
Yeah, and we'll have James with us, so we'll have a Squad 03 for commentary purposes, which will be, more the merrier type of deal.
Yeah, Bethesda is gonna be lit. That's very true, Herlin. It's gonna be lit AF.
Yep. I think, so now I'm going to close it out. Just going to say thank you guys for tuning in. Tune in again, at 9:45 p.m. if you're interested in watching the Bethesda stream with us. Also, we are looking to potentially go to E3 next year. So we've got a donate button under this if you want to sort of contribute to that potential venture.
And apparently that button works, as I understand.
Yeah, it does. That button does work.
You can click on it and it'll do stuff.
Yeah, I checked. I didn't donate myself because that'd be weird.
That would be backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. But so yeah, thank you again to MMOExaminer and our partners DL Compare and it's Multicast. And all right, that's it. So we're gonna close out now. Come back for Bethesda. See you, everybody.